If you like knowing stuff, you're in the right place. Welcome back to another video about countries. In this video, we will be talking about Albania. The population of Albania is 2.878 million. The country is also quite small, with a land area of 27,400 square kilometers. The population density is 105 people per square kilometer, which is about the same population density as Egypt and Turkey, if you care. Tirana is the nation's capital, with a population of 512,000. Tirana Unana. The city is one of the fastest growing in the world. It has famous sites such as the Mother of Mother Teresa's house and the Ethembe Mosque. The city has a rough past with communism, but I guess I don't need to use the word rough because it's kind of understood when I'm talking about communism. Many of the city's relics of the past from the time of the Ottomans were destroyed by the communists to build factories and socialist-style apartment complexes. All that remains in Skanderberg Square is the aforementioned mosque and a clock tower. There were very few cars in the country until 1991 because private ownership of cars was banned. Over 170,000 of these gray concrete mushroom bunkers were built in fear of NATO invading. Now they are museums and reminders of the harsh communist past. Again, don't need to say harsh. Communism might work at this time, though. Tirana has a great nightlife and a great art gallery as well. Albania has been under Greek rule, ruled by the Romans, the Byzantine Empire, and the Bulgarian Empire. After being under rule from all these different empires, the medieval kingdom of Albania was established. Then they were quickly invaded by the Ottomans. Then the Serbians briefly took over before the Albanian Declaration of Independence. Then there was the monarchy in the Principality of Albania, followed by an even shorter-lasting Albanian Republic. Then came the Kingdom of Albania. Then Italy invaded. After the Second World War, Albania became a communist state, as if they haven't already been through enough, dominated by Enver Hoxha. The regime collapsed in 1990 during economic collapse and social unrest. Communism might work this time. Consequently, many Albanians fled to other countries. Eventually, in the early 2000s, after they finally realized communism doesn't work, they fixed many of their issues and joined NATO in 2009 and are now trying to join the EU. The earlier mentioned diaspora of Albanians left more Albanians living in other countries around the world than within the borders of Albania. There are about 7 to 10 million people around the world that are Albanian and only 3 million people in their country. Mother Teresa is their hero. Most Albanians are Muslim. Thanks, Ottoman Empire. In 1967, Albania became the first atheist state when religion was banned by Enver Hoxha, and prison was where religious people were sent to. Albania is part of the Balkans. They have a very low unemployment rate. Lake Skadar is the largest lake in southern Europe. They also have the oldest lake in Europe, Lake Ohrid. There are 4 different glaciers in the country. 1/3 of all plant species in Europe can be found here. They have been growing grapes for 4,000 to 6,000 years. They are one of the leading producers of chromium in the world, along with coal, nickel, and copper. Albania leads the world in hydroelectric power, and the entire country is powered only through this method. The country's internet is fast and cheap. There is one international airport in Albania located in Tirana. It is named after Mother Teresa and is the only entry port for international travelers. We know Albanians love Mother Teresa, but she was literally born in Macedonia. But her parents were Albanian, so they take all the credit. Albania has over 200 varieties of traditional clothing. Each region of the country has its own. Albania is known for weightlifting, having won many championships in Europe and around the world. Albania has the 6th highest literacy rate in the world. Zero is an evening tradition where locals walk. Albania is one of 3 countries in the world without a McDonald's. Raki is a traditional alcoholic drink made from grapes. Albanians love their Mercedes, with 40% of the nation's cars being Mercedes. In Albania, Nodding your head means no, and shaking your head side to side means yes. No means yes, and yes means bleep. Former King Zog I survived 55 assassination attempts. Albania used to be the cannabis capital of the world. Japan rated Berat as one of the prettiest towns in Europe. Don't be surprised if a barber slaps your neck after giving you a haircut. Fresh cut! 70% of the country is mountains. In the Albanian language, which is extremely unique, their name for their own country means Land of the Eagles. That is why the eagle is a centerpiece of their flag. And that's it for Albania. The next country covered will be Algeria. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and remember, you are smarter now than before you clicked on this video. See ya!